There's no rest for Victor. Got to do photographing. Right, you can walk here. I know you don't. Really nice here. Watering garden all the time. Can you see it? Sprinkler. This is Old Town. Been ruined. This is Old Town. Old Town. Mom is waiting for me there. Okay. It's different. This is all the buildings, all listed buildings. Yeah, well, if I have, so what?
I think the situation the boys pressing on the bus, the boys screaming when Duck bites him.
All cobble streets.
Don't you? Because the Duck does not take kindly to being.
To have it.
Είπα σε μια εβδομάδα στη Σισού να κάνω μεταγραφή εδώ, αλλά σε πέντε κάμερα. Το ξέρω. Αλλά την έκανα πιο γρήγορα. Είμαι εδώ κάτω.
Market. They got everything. This is all narrow street, but the market on both sides. This is the old town. The same. Yeah, I'm not on street. That woman is sleeping there. It's only about 3 yards from wall to wall. This is the place where we had the meal. Lovely under this big tree. Center of old city.
Туди метрів 150 жили діхтенки. Це вони вам далекі родичі якісь.
Діхтенки.
Да, діхтенки. Бо
Діхтенки.
завжди була тітка Луки, як приїде, то із Діхтенчихою це перві вони друзі. І двоюрідні сестри вони, отаке. То вони десь там жили.
А я покладу сюди.
А тоді усюди галушки жили.
М.
А тоді дігтярі жили. І ото там фотографія, що то із дядьком Трохимом. І то дігтяр той фотограф.
Я пам'ятаю, що дігтярі були.
Тільки десь
Дігтярі.
отуди далі, що вже
Є,
я його
є.
туди далі.
Є,
На
є.
правлінні соломи в тії.
А,
Там 2 хутори було.
мгм, мгм.
А їх хто вони, я їх не знаю, воно ж тоді.
Є.
Хто як міг тікав.
On this relation of Fastivates, and I remember they used to call him Dikhtari.
Як їх звати було, я не пам'ятаю, не знаю.
Це
називали Дігтярі.
тут були 4 хати таких
Це лях.
ляхів. Ляхів. Це лях, це є
Лях Григорій був.
від польського походження лях. О. І це значить, вже тут немає нічого, тільки поля. А бачите, які тут мають. Here is fields just like level like on a palm. Oh, зараз now is everything's set in cornfield and sunflowers. Well, you just go there a little bit, I'll take you home. Go a bit further.
А твій друг у Жирківці живий ще?
Живий. Живий друг. Не було посадки, не було, нічого ж тоді не було. Це вже понасаджували, вже 36-й, 7-й год. А то ж його не було тут нічого. Тут отак було, глянеш, не хороше. Це 22 кілометри і видно було. А ще ж посадки оце кругом.
On this field it used to be house, whereas my cousin Ivan, who's just been talking you here, his father lived and all family, and from this house on this field, they took my uncle Michael to Poltava prison, and he's never returned. They murdered him there. But he didn't know nothing about what's happened with him. Oh, that's his father, that's my cousin, that's his son. That's their daughter, you know. And they never heard nothing from him till recently as they murdered him, and they know exactly where, because they got a document as KGB took him, and they were murdering him in 200 men each night. And the name of Mikhailo Fastivates was one of them. That's their daughter, and that's my uncle Michael's son. That's his grandson. And of course, here's Molly here. And тут ви жили і забрали.
сюди.
Скільки сліз я відплакав. О.
This is a memorial place for people who's been murdered by KGB in 1937. And one of them in here is a father of Victor Fastiwets and my cousin John's brother. His name Mikhailo Fastiwets. See what they've been doing, all them people who's been connected with it, their father or father had a bit of land. They've been classed as enemy of the Soviet Union, and they took him to Poltava, and they never returned. But since Ukraine gone independent, they got the evidence, black and white, as their father has been shot in here. They used to shoot him into 100 men at a time, and they in this wood, because this wood is very big wood, and they used to bury in them. But all this evidence been proved, and this is a memorial for for them who's been killed by the communist dictator, and thanks God they're gone now. See, I'm a bit overcome, but I'll get it strength. See, my father took to Poltava, and from Poltava they took him to Siberia, and he never returned. Mother just got a bit news. He says, your husband dead, and don't ask any more questions. Say, this is true. It's very sad, very sad. Це є пам'ятник одного місця, де остаточна війна була у Полтаві із шведами і росіянами. І тут навкруги цього місця були обкружені руські солдати і українські шведами на 3 місяці. І це, значить, пам'ятник. А у цю сторону тут були такі кріпацькі місця, де ще, значить, люди не були вільні в той час. Це є, значить, є центр Полтави. А там є, значить, молі і то. А в ту сторону, то там є, значить, наша кара, що чекає на нас. Це є початок фотографування у Полтаві. Є вулиця Шевченка, і то скрізь є така, all over is green because the Poltava is one of the greenest city in Ukraine. This is a stone house.
Давайте. Це перший кам'яний будинок у Полтаві, який був побудований як купеческий банк. Зараз там буде музей космонавтики і авіації. І це дуже цікаво, тому що американці запустили свого першого корабля на місяць завдяки розрахункам, які були зроблені полтавцем, відомим вченим космонавтом Юрієм Кондратюком, який був знищений радянською владою, бо він був вбитий в перші ж дні війни, а до того був репресований. Але Юрій Кондратюк зробив розрахунки, за якими американці полетіли на місяць. І честь віддати американському президентові, коли було запущено Аполлона, то він в своїй промові сказав, що політ на місяць був можливий завдяки творчості, ну, правда, назвали Юрія російським, бо тоді всі були під словом російським, вченого, який зробив замордованого радянською дійсністю.
Now we are in Poltava Park, and we're going to have a look at the different places, what's happening, and in 1 second, the lady who's giving me commentating about nationalities are.
We are in the Central City Park, the Park of Victory, and in front of us there is the grave of the great Ukrainian by origin, but which is known as a Russian writer. He is Korolenko. Korolenko was the first during the occupation of Poltava by communists. When the first repressions began after the revolution, he raised his voice against those repressions. He wrote letters to Lunacharsky, the Minister of Education in Soviet government, to Lenin, but he was never answered, and Lenin hated him for that. But he saved a lot of people's life because he was very authoritative person in our city at that after.
See, here is, as you heard, the lady is a statue of Ukrainian writer Kolorenko, and he didn't afraid to criticize, but lucky enough at that time he was an old man and they not execute him. It's a really colorful park. Everything is green. That's why they choose the Poltava greenest city in Ukraine.
Take this man and I shall tell the story. Віктор, йдіть сюди, я вам зараз щось розкажу. Починай. Абсолютно випадкова зустріч. Народний артист нашого Полтавського музично-драматичного театру імені Гоголя Василь Конопатський, який якраз зараз знімається в фільмі на студії Довженко про життя і творчість, і активну діяльність, і особливо за Володимира Короленко. Особливо листи його до Луначарського, якраз тоді, коли він підіймав свій голос на захист тих, кого розстрілювали, проти існуючого ладу в Полтаві just after the revolution. So, він грає роль Володимира Короленко. Якраз прийшов поклонитись могилі і надихатись на нові зйомки.
This is a panorama, one of the Poltava area.
Кобищанів, панорама Кобищанів.
Panorama Kobrystyny. And now I'll be going near girls, and a lady who going to commentate me after. Now, кажіть.
Так, this is the place from which our Ukrainian rebirth, the rebirth, national rebirth began. Because this is the first so-called field of songs, which was made a great colony of folk song of Ukraine. And from that day on, we still continue to have here all festivals of our national Ukrainian song. It is called The Field, named after Marusia Churai. Marusia Churai is the legendary girl who recited, and she himself wrote very many songs which are sung in Poltava, in all the Ukraine, and considered to be the folk songs.
Коли народилася, хто вона?
Як вона десь невідомо.
У якому центрі?
Десь 18 століття, початок 18 століття.
Так.
Ну це ж часи, коли українська руїна була. Все, так, 17 століття, 18 століття. Так говорити чи ні?
Говоріть.
Так, Marusia Churai is the legendary girl, singer, beautiful girl from the time of Ukraine when it was the Cossacks Republic. It is the 17th century, 18th century. And a lot of songs were written by her, which considered, and she was born and she lived in Poltava. That's why we call this song, this field in her name. And that is the district which is called Kobishchany, the old Kobishchany.
Thank you very much, Svetlana. You are one of the buildings which used to be fountain now, but at the present time it's not functioning because, as you know, the Ukraine is on brink of reconstruction, short of money and everything. But the places will be intact when Ukraine find the way, when they get the money, when everything gets settled in a proper way. Or now we're going to another place, and Svetlana Lazovsky, she can speak English, she knows the history of the Poltava, and I'm very grateful she's helped us. But it's really green, beautiful, as I always use in a city. This is a children's entertainment merry-go-round and a lot more in this park. But of course today is Thursday, but during weekend a lot of people gather in here and enjoy themselves. But me and Molly, we really drop on good weather this year. We had a real Ukrainian summer. I'm very, very pleased up to now. We'll see how things going further. That's a car. That is Victor Fastivets who's brought us here. Now we'll be moving somewhere else.
The park, there is the Korolenko's museum, because he lived for a long time in Poltava, wrote his books there, and when he died, he was buried opposite the museum. The museum is very good. It's a memorable museum, and there are a lot of good exhibits. So.
This is a statue of Taras Grigorovich Shevchenko, and Molly and interpreter going there now. And on this place it used to be a statue of Lenin. They pulled that down and they put a Ukraine poet, Taras Grigorovich Shevchenko. As you know, the Shevchenko is the father of Ukraine. This poet who's predicted about Ukraine, the poet who's tell you can learn from foreigners but never forget your own language.
По-українськи чи по-російськи? Давайте українською мовою скажу, хай українці
Скажіть
зрозуміють.
Україні, так.
Так, перед вами шедевр світового мистецтва, світової архітектури. Це будинок, званий Василя Кричевського. Василь Кричевський – прекрасний український архітектор, який в 1943 році потрапив за кордон, похований в Америці. Але цей будинок був будований для полтавського земства. Ви бачите герби полтавських повітів на стінах цього будинку. Це все герби бувших полтавських повітів, бувшої Полтавської губернії. Прикрашено орнаментом з квітів. Це є так зване дерево життя. Це символ вічності і того, що життя неперехідне, що воно завжди продовжується. Бачите типові полтавські кольори, такі shaded blue, shaded green, shaded and white. Ну і ви бачите, що він символізує нашу державу. Будинок побудовано 1905 року. Це є тризуб, самий справжній тризуб. І це тоді, в ті часи, коли було репресовано на Україні все українське самодержавою, російськими царями, то такий собі дозволив сміливий жест Кричевський зробити цей будинок у вигляді тризуба, як символ української нації, як символ української душі.
This is the same palace, but from other angles. Same, but from other side, from left to right. And this is what they say is symbol of Trezub. And all these colors in front of it is all mean it's Ukraine national truth. And my girls now going into museum, Poltava Museum. And I'll be joining them in a minute when I finish filming here.
Of our national flag, and Kryczewski used these colors in its ornamentation. Ясно. And these are not far from Poltava, there is a village of Opishnya, where they produce beautiful ceramics. You see that these small plates are made of ceramics. And look at the fans. It is made of typical Ukrainian jugs, which are called kumanets. This is kumanets.
Kumanets,
yes,
yeah.
And the colors of Poltava province, shaded colors, not so bright, not so contrast as in the western Ukraine, but typical for our nature. A little bit of shaded. Now the museum is under reconstruction because they changed the exhibits, because now everything is made in the national style.
This is what they call it, Ukrainian national name, Kubanets. And at the present time, this museum is under reconstruction. Everything used to be represented in past Ukraine, now want to be represent national Ukraine. This statue represent the name is a mammoth. That's a very old animal which is no more exist. Therefore, we are lucky as they put the statue skeleton of it. This is a typically Ukrainian field animal. This is air, but we call it zayats. And one time they used to come, especially rich people, and hunt them on a certain time.
Sorrow, very grief because it spoiled the land. It spoiled the Dnieper River because they covered. That's nightingales.
This is all animals what exist in Ukraine. But the most of all, the nightingales is in every bush. Can you hear him singing? And all these birds, what in Ukraine.
This is Nightingale. They went to the forest, so and wrote down at dawn. Listen, this is the real Nightingale. The dogs, different kind of dogs. And here, listen. Це перещепницький поводок. Ви казали, що вона мала перещеплене подивитися. Ось вам мали перещеплення. Ви знаєте,
Це місто називається Мала Перещепина. І ми завжди, моя мама їздила туди на базар. І це, значить, недалеко, може яких 6 кілометрів від Крутої Балки, там, де я зараз живу у мого кузинка Івана Фасівця. Перещепин.
In the middle, he says, oh, when you see the river, until you come to the ground, you can't feel, but they will be wet in it. Yes, we have all domestic. А так, а таке ми Віктора бачимо. It's special coffee. For me to have.
Yeah.
Escape of Poltava region.
And this
The
is a
fields
typical
of wheat.
Poltava field where is harvesting.
Yes. Wheat, maize, or corn.
Yeah.
Typical our landscape.
And you
flat.
see as land is level like on palm. There's no hills, anything like that. And it's a black sea. In some places, black soil. The soil in some places about 1 yard thick. So you don't need any fertilizer, nothing. They'll grow there anything without any problem.
For which direction you were?
On this step.
Сфотографируй, чего выращивают. Вот. Подойди сюда.
Pottery, which is historically made in Poltava, because Poltava is famous for a clay which is really good for a pottery. Of course, this is all statues here, and but I don't know. But Svetlana Korea, which is helping us about it. Without her, I wouldn't find these places. But it's nice to know some good friends. And,
In Ukrainian, yeah?
In English, please.
In Poltava province, not far from Poltava, the biggest treasure of gold was found in the ground before the revolution. But that treasure was taken to Russia, and now it is in Hermitage, the Museum of Russia. They never give it back to us, because when it was Russian Empire, it belonged to the... All the best things were taken to Moscow.
Yes, I bet they are.
Зараз за цей піч, за цей
Це картина Полтава 17 століття. The first Ukrainian Cossacks
Region.
detachment or region was organized in Poltava. And you see the Cossacks in the Ukrainian with Ukrainian armament. There is trade because there are merchants from other countries. Poltava was on the crossroads of trading roads which came from India, from Central Asia and led to Moscow. And that's why the trade was very spread here. You see peasants, and you see the central square of Poltava of those days, the Spasskaya Square, and you see the fence, the wall around the Poltava fortress. So you see the wall. Yes, and it's
This is all Ukraine king. We call it hetman, and it's start from one. But I don't know the name, but this is all which we had here. And of course, the last one was Hetman Skoropadsky. That's it.
у Ворсклі плавали такі човни.
Кажіть тут за цей човен.
Значить,
In English, please.
you see the typical Ukrainian boat of the 17th century. It was made of a trunk of an oak tree. And the Cossacks traveled along the Dnieper River, and the Vorskla River is the tribute of the Dnieper River. So Ukrainians, Cossacks traveled. It was found in the Vorskla River on the bottom. You see the holes for the oars.
Of typical Ukrainian Cossacks. That's a shirt, that's his top dress, and his everything's there. That's Ukrainian Cossacks dress in Poltava region.
You must read the books and art of other countries, but you must never refuse from your own dress. Так читала для полтавського білим, це тільки only in Poltava формиться. White on white.
Так.
Неподалік від Полтави є село Опішня, яке звуть Атенами української кераміки. Бо спокон віків там прекрасні глини, дуже їх багато, різнокольорові. І ось народні умільці, художники виробляють отакі прекрасні речі для декорації, а також для вжитку. Для декорації барани, кози, свічники. А для вжитку різні тарілі, горщики, миски, джагс. В Україні за 70 років ми мали петлюрівські читання вже 2 роки підряд. І ви можете бачити портрет Симона Петлюри, який був народжений в Полтаві. Є вулиця, на якій стояв його будинок. Ну і також патріарх Мстислав був народжений в Полтаві теж. Ну, тут в цьому залі відбувалися петлюрівські читання, урочистості і відкрита виставка про діяльність Симона Петлюри. Була Україна після революції, зразу УНР, Українська Народна Республіка.
А то є тачанка.
А це все, до речі, оце емігранти написали цю
This is used to pull by horses and going over on the side of it and call it a champion. When they had a war, they used to pull in by horses. All China pots, which is made in Poltava, and the Poltava was rich in everything. For your information, about filming China in Poltava now developing place where they're going out on oil and everything. We got a gas in Poltava. We got everything is in here. Very rich county.
No, it's everything by hand. Everything by hand. We have also another village in Reshetilivka, and there they especially made such beautiful embroidery.
Ukraine village, and now it's become a bit industrial, and in here is all fruits.
It is called also забудова. The construction of this church
Це
and the rich man
Наталка
wanted to marry.
Полтавка.
Wanted to marry.
Наталка
And the
Полтавка.
typical landscape of Malta. And the sunflowers, I told you that they look after the sun.
This is the end of the excursion in museum, and we will be going now to the car. And then my battery is showing tape. Це є, показують одяг нормального чоловіка in Poltava. This is a dress on Poltava, a young woman, a national dress of Poltava's married woman. And this is a dress of Poltava's honorary man.
And now they made it was a curtain at the Poltava Music and Drama Theatre made by Grigory Mesoyedov, the prominent artist. And now this curtain was taken into a frame, and it is a picture, shows the suburbs, outskirts of Poltava in the 17th century. Чумацька мажа. Такими мажами їздили чумаки в сіль 17 століття, по сіль до Криму. Оце вона зроблена без єдиного гудзика, тільки з дерева і щеплена скрізь деревами. Воли полтавські сірі, так і звуться, сірі воли. Зараз їх лишилось 1-2 і більше нема. Figure of Остап Вересай. It's the prominent Kobza player, which was born in Poltava province. He was blind, but he played Kobza marvelously. Of the man who made this, he also was an artist. Іван Месоєдов. Я думала, ви написали. Який є фундатором української літератури, який написав безсмертну Наталку Полтавку, Москаль-чарівник, а також Енеїду. Працював в Полтаві довгий час, жив, помер тут, похований. Є 2 музеї йому присвячені, є вулиці, названі його ім'ям, школи міста. Так на цій картині зображено, як він формує козацький полк з Полтавщини в селі Горошино для війни проти Наполеона. А
Це є emblem of Poltava.
of the 19th century.
In 19th century. All instruments were used to working on a land. That's cultivator, that's a plow, what the first plow they used to pull in by horses, and that's firefighting equipment. The 2 men got to be pumping water out. Oh, this is a very old instrument in Poltava.